Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Pokémon Sleep. Sorry I'm getting to things a little bit later than I expected, but it was an early morning for me today, so I'm going to try to make it worth the wait. So, let's head in and check out last night's sleep research, the last night of Good Sleep Day for June. Hopefully we get some good spawns. Now, day's already in progress, already got breakfast and lunch squared away. We'll see if I have enough ingredients for dinner. I might need to just hold off and just collect a little bit more, but we'll see where things load out. As we can tell by the sleep points, let's just do that first. We'll come back to everything as if this was just a regular normal morning. So we know that was going to be a full 100 sleep score based on the sleep points, but a lot of jumping between slumbering and snoozing. Slumbering wins out with 12% more. It is still event balanced for the packed portions event, so thankfully that does not have a direct impact, just a little skewing. But we still get that multiplier, which is what's going to be important for getting a nice, healthy 148 million drowsy power. Not as much as yesterday, but not multiplied by more than 1.5, so that's to be expected. Let's see, who's at camp today? Okay! We got a top belly Fuecoco, that's great to see. We got Quaxwell, we got Ghastly, Big Boy Steelix. That is not a new sleep style, but good to see. We got another Ghastly, another Fuecoco, Lairon, and Mawile is back. We'll get Mawile today. That feels good. Was really hoping I would see another one this week just want to get one on the books. No new sleep styles in any of that, so we get a nice big chunk of XP and a nice huge chunk of Dream Shards. So that works out real nice. Alright. Who's hungry? One of the few Pokemon out of this group that I don't need being hungry. That's par for the course. Let's pick up our daily gift. 20 diamonds, alright. Now, Mawile's just one, so I don't need to use the premium biscuit there. I have already recruited a Steelix, so I am good there. And I will be recruiting from Onyx just to get that extra main skill. Unless it happens to be hungry. Then it's going to be like, yeah, cool, I'll feed it, whatever. So the remainder are the two Fuecoco. So there's the one. Where did the other one go? Alright, you are the... I'm going to see if I can get both. I would like to get both. No big hit there. No big deal. Friendship level 32. Boy, I sure have caught a lot of them. But we're going to try for both. Just stacking it in a way that it just builds up excitement. And it's all full. Alright, I get one check. I will take it. So our last but not least is Mawile trying to hide in tall grass. You are coming home. Not taking ifs, ands, or buts today. Okay. That will take care of snack time for today. We as much as it's fun that the Steelix showed up, Mawile is the appropriate one for today. Only for the fact that it's its new introduction. We'll see how things sort out once I know a little bit more about it. I've been trying not to spoil myself. Waiting for that chance. Basically, if I got through this week and I didn't catch one, then I would spoil myself. But I get the opportunity to look today. So we get to see that together. Some of you will already know what's coming. But for everyone else, maybe this is the first or second one you're seeing. But first, Wakoko. We are looking for triple apples. Do you have triple apples for me? You do? Okay. Well, at least we got something to check. That's feels like it's been forever. Let's see. We've got no ingredient collect. We've got no berry finding. We've got no skill level up. Energy recovery bonus and skill trigger. We still got room to recover. Inventory up. Helping speed. An ingredient finder all the way at the end. But modest is an ingredient finding nature. This has the components to be okay. Potentially. Let's step over to our trusty dusty handy dandy tool. We're going to run this as Crocolore. Let's see what we've got. Energy recovery bonus, which is good. Help to keep it topped off. Skill trigger, which is... For the fact that it's got speed of help down, this will be worthwhile. Inventory up S, which can be sub-skill seated. So both skill trigger and inventory can be sub-skilled. Helping speed as well. Like, I can spend some sub-skills. Yeah, it's a large investment to make it work. But it's something that can be done about it. It's not like, oh my god, this is permanently just, there's no salvaging. I'm going to run it to 100, and we just want ingredient count A. And then can see, all right, so at 60, it takes a big turn up. And we're looking at 104 apples a day. And that is at, so because it's at 60, it gets the other apples. So the ingredient finding really kicks in. So 104 is not terrible. And then at 100, it's getting 137. Now I know that 75 and 100 are out of reach right now, so it's not something that is something I'm going to see right away. This is going to require a little bit more of a long-term investment and spending a lot of time with it on the team to also get its good sleep ribbon to give it additional space, but it does have inventory up and it does have helping speed. So right now it's showing 137. I want to play full advocate here of, let's just say, hey, I'm fully committed to getting this topped out. What is that going to look like? You know, up to the 30s and 30 through 50 is a little bit better. You know, you do get that second ingredient, so it really, like, helps. And this is already at level 14. We'll see where it goes at 65, move on to Mawile, and then come back to see what the full calculation runs out at. Okay. But it does look like it does make a worthwhile investment. 111, so it gets a little bit more. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Compared to 221 with ideal stats. That certainly is a large gap. But I'll let this run. We'll check out Mawile and we'll come back. But this is at least I'm gonna mark that right now, just on the safe to be on the safe side, because I do need to clean out some more space. We'll look at Mawile for the first time. Level 22 and modest. It is an ingredient collector. Okay, so this might be one I might be looking for. We'll see what its ingredient spread is. And it collects steel berries as a steel type Pokemon. It's an oil gatherer. Okay, so it's not mono oil. So this unfortunately isn't the spread that I would probably want. Corn being, you got oil, corn. I got corn on lock. I don't need anything else with corn. But oil across the board could be good. Doesn't have any evolutions, so it's unfortunately going to be stuck at what it's at. Like, you're definitely going to need to make sure that it's got inventory up. You won't get any bonus from evolving it. And we already know its ability. I think they've already spoiled that, so it's Hyper Cutter, Ingredient Draw S. So that pulls in tomatoes, potatoes, oil, and corn, which is not bad. And at max level, it pulls in 18 additional ingredients, so Skill Trigger would also not be a bad thing to be found. Alright, let's look at these sub-skills. Skill Trigger, not bad. Helping Speed, also not bad. Helping Speed, redundant. Ingredient Finder M, good. And Skill Trigger. So, Ooh, and this one's got ingredient finding too. I'm definitely going to hold on to it because it's my only one. It could definitely be a good supplemental oil collector, but I would have to get it to 60 to do so. But I'd have to be frequently checking the game to empty out that inventory. That's the only thing. I'm glad that it has both helping speeds to kind of cancel out. I mean, I know that modest nature, the speed of help down, isn't as harsh as it has been in the past. But the two helping speeds can kind of help cancel that out. And then Ingredient Finder M at 75 could be a big help. But I will keep my eye out for another one. I don't see any reason that I shouldn't try for more. This is kind of in that same vein as Cramorant and Comfey, that they're great Pokemon for it. It's just that their amount of pips are recruit each time. If Mawile isn't top of their class for ingredient gathering for oil, and it's still Toxicroak or Shinx, I will keep an eye out for one, but won't be going as hard. So I guess I will now get to fully spoil myself and see what's going on. But fun. That was a nice little neat surprise. Okay. Did our calculation still going? So we'll carry on. I did give out biscuits, so we're going to get some more dream shards that I'm going to be putting to use. Got to use one more incense tonight. which is good. Got to Master 3, gave out biscuits. I will get to bed on time tonight for the extra free diamonds. We'll see if I get to befriending another set of Pokemon. That may not happen. We shall see. All right. We have news. So we've got the New Moon Day bundle. We'll get that squared away first. So this is just the second version, or the second volume of the New Moon Day bundle. So this will include for 1,200 diamonds, starting from June 23rd, because it's going to run from the 23rd to the 27th. We'll get to that in a sec. An Ultra Biscuit, 3 Great Biscuits, 10 Poke Biscuits, and 3 Friend Incense. Really good if you need to stock up on biscuits. I actually took advantage of this last time to give myself a little pick me up in the middle of the month, which was good. I'm glad that I have that there. It's also was good to get some of that Friend Incense to stock that up for times when we have particularly sought after spawns to help try to get that hungry Pokemon catch. So great for there if you've got some diamonds to spare. Yeah, not a whole lot more to say about that. But New Moon Day is back upon us. It's going to be running from the 24th to the 27th, and the new moon will be falling on the 25th. This is an event that happens in all areas. Darkrai has a special appearance rate, so if you haven't caught Darkrai, that will be there for you able to recruit your one mythical Darkrai, and if you've already got Darkrai, your chance at being able to get Darkrai's Eureka Seeds. Pokemon also won't get as full easily for the first snack time each day, so just that first research, not for any consequent naps. And as always with most events, and a chance to increase your odds of seeing shiny Pokemon. So, looks like just Darkrai this time. We don't get any special Murkrow add-ins. Interesting. I would have figured that they would want to treat Murkrow kind of like Clefairy. But maybe they want to leave that open for other stuff. And then the standard copy for what you want to know about Darkrai and the event itself. So, looking forward to that. I was happy with it last month. It was nice, especially for Pokemon that have those higher pip count, where you gotta feed them a lot of biscuits. It would be nice, like Mawile would be a good Pokemon to be looking after. And Murkrow as well. That one's got a high pip count too. But mark your calendars, make yourself ready. Community. 39 reports. Ooh. It's later in the day. I was expecting that to be a little bit higher. Folks must be sleeping in really, really late. Okay. Calculation's still going. That's a long calculation. Yeah. All right. I am gonna hold off based on ingredient count. Cooking my dinner until a little bit later just to give myself a little bit more room. Because looks like I am not at a healthy amount of ingredients. But I've got something in mind a little bit more special anyway. Good. Let's get everyone nice and energized. The meals have been keeping everyone nice and topped off, which is very nice. So, we still have Mini Candy Boost, which is what I am talking about. So, I'm going to use that on Dragonite. I will get Dragonite to level 50. Ooh, and it's topped off at max 150% energy. I love to see that. Oh, Dragonite, you just unlocked a skill. You just got inventory up. And there's no other targets if I wanted to use some sub-skill seeds. That's what I'm going to do. Inventory up M. Inventory up L. Happy to spend it. So now we've got a nice big 49 capacity Dragonite. And still only has 200 hours sleep on there, so there's still some room for improvement with just time. But at least now I can... it's still got to get another 1,800 hours on there to get that topped off. But now it has a very large capacity, so it will definitely be doing a pretty good job of picking up some fiery herbs. And then at 60, that's going to be fantastic. It's just going to be churning them out. At 100, it's going to be finding a boatload. We may even have different good night ribbons by the time that 100 hits and an ingredient finder M unlocks. And at 75, it'll get even better at recovering its energy. Which right now, with level 3, it's been real good. So, that now at least takes care. I still want to get Dragonite as much to 60 as possible, so for Saturday and Sunday's mini candy boost, I'm going to be using both of those to get Dragonite as far along as possible. And then I will focus on other stuff when I got candy. I would just save the mini candy boosts for those higher than expected Pokemon, those pseudo-legendaries like your Larvitar family, your Dratini family. I haven't used a subskill seed in quite a while, so I thought that was a fun little treat. And we'll get that incense put on the stump. Okay. Yes. With that, let's see. Thank you ads. Ending at 71 PR. So not bad. Not great, but not bad. But at 75 and 100, because that's the average. You know, low point of 29, high point of 98. So, at 100, pulls in 174 apples a day. That's pretty good. And then I guess the thing you want to check in the litmus test of this, right? The thing that has really been important for me. How many do I need in a day? So, Zing Zap Cola, 35 apples per dish. Apple acid yogurt dressed salad, 28. So right now, 31's the cap. Yeah. So Zing Zap spiced cola is what I needed for the most. And that's 35 a day. So that would be, in total, that's 115. 115 needed a day. So at 65, it's pulling in 111. So it's not quite there, but I do have Sleep Cap Pikachu to help a little bit. So it's close enough in the margin that it's close enough, it feels like. And obviously if I have a Dedenne on the team as well, if it's one that I'm actually working towards, like extra tasties, that's good too. So it feels pretty good. But that's just, I guess, initial impressions. That's what, at least that I'm seeing based on calculations. It would be a significant subskill seed investment. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat that. But really the only downside in this, I'm gonna go back in there. Is the fact that it has, speed of help down. And that ingredient finder is out of reach. The skill. Not having the nature is really what's saving this. But with skill trigger activations, with a good healer, and a good healthy stock starting weeks, this can be enough with the way that I play the game currently. If I get this to 100, where it's pulling in 174 a day, that's not a problem. Right now at 111, that's where it would be getting at 65, which is the current max level. It isn't meeting that mark by a very thin margin. So, does this? Did I not? Some of you are yelling at me in the comments. I forgot to run this with its nature. I don't know how that happened. I guess it just reset. So this might actually be better than I thought. Or worse. I don't know how that happened. Isn't doing stuff like this with doing it live just so much fun? You see me make this mistake like 5 minutes ago and you're just wishing that I had realized it. I'm glad I took a second look. This is looking a lot better. Because now it's taking into consideration it's got ingredient finding. I may have just completely spent like 15 minutes talking about a completely moot point. I just want to see where this is going to be at 65 and go from there. Yes. It meets the mark at 123. It's more than 115. It gives a little bit of wiggle room, and it only gets better from there. That is with all the sub-skill seed investment. Don't get me wrong. Again, like, it's a commitment. It really is. But wow, that's a lot better. And then that last bit at 100 is going to just be an absolute beast at finding. That feels good. So anyway, I'm going to let that run for my sake. But I see how long that I've gone through a regular TV episode length of talking through today's sleep research, which is not my usual thing for these later recordings. So I'm going to wrap things up here. I'm going to let it get to 100 and call it at that. But what a wild ride. This is good. I'm super happy I feel happy with this choice. I no longer have to be wishy-washy about it. It's meeting the requirement that I need it at max level. It's able to make every single dish that includes apples. It is going to require investment. It's going to require time and energy. But I don't have to continually keep playing RNG with it after 32 attempts. So, yeah. But the question still remains, right? What are your thoughts about this now that you've seen what it actually can do? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm always happy to get a second opinion on things. Especially since it's good to check your knowledge every now and then. I don't want to act like I am an infallible source of knowledge, right? I am very fallible. And this is always a good check to make sure I'm doing the right thing and I'm making the right choice here. I just want this to tip over to 100 just so I can see what that big number looks like once it starts calculating. $193 versus 238. Yeah, 50-ish, 40-50 apple difference in collection. Oh, no. 260. All right. Spoke a little too soon. This is getting it at peak. But at least 193, very comfortable, very safe. Just wanted to know what the upper limit was. All right. I have spent far too much time going over all of this. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know how your week's going also in the comments below. Always happy to hear what everyone's been going through. And I will be back tomorrow morning with some more sleep research as we start to wind down packed portions and get ready for another week here in Pokemon Sleep. But until then, sleep well.